Once upon a time, there lived a king and a queen who had no children. One day, the queen got very sick and was about to die. The only way she could survive was by eating a special plant called Rapunzel. However, the only place the king could find Rapunzel was in a witch's garden. That night, he snuck into the witch's garden and got caught. The witch said he could take the Rapunzel, but the price was very high. He would have to give up his firstborn child to the witch. Because the king didn't want his wife to die, he agreed. So the queen ate the plant and got better. Many years had passed by, and the king and queen had forgotten about this promise. One day, they finally gave birth to a daughter and named her Rapunzel. Then, the witch came to their castle and demanded they give her Rapunzel. If they did not, the witch would put a curse on them all, which would kill them both. So the witch took Rapunzel and raised her. She put Rapunzel in a high tower with only one window, where Rapunzel could never leave. She stayed home and stayed safe. After some years, she grew into a beautiful young woman with long blonde hair. The witch would visit every day and would call up to Rapunzel, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your golden hair." And Rapunzel would obey. Then the witch would climb up her hair into the tower. One day, a prince was walking by the tower and heard Rapunzel singing. He wanted to meet Rapunzel, so he watched as the witch cried out, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your golden hair." After the witch left, he did the same thing and climbed up Rapunzel's hair. The prince and Rapunzel fell in love, and he came back to visit her many times. After several months of the secret visits, the witch finally found out what was happening. She then cut off Rapunzel's long hair and sent her away to live by herself in the forest. But the prince didn't know what happened. The next time he came, he said, "Rapunzel, let down your golden hair." Her hair came down and he climbed up the tower. But he was surprised to see the witch there instead. So the witch pushed him out of the tower and he landed in a thorn bush and became blind. The prince wandered around the forest for days, lost because he couldn't see. After a few days, Rapunzel found him. She was so happy to see him, but so sad that he was blind. So she cried many tears. One of her tears fell into his eyes, and then he was magically able to see again. And they lived happily ever after.